Welcome back to Anime Fight Club, everyone. My name is Grim. Today we're checking out Bakido Part 1, or Musashi Do. We're continuing the fight between Musashi and Baki. Now, in the last video, Musashi made my day by slicing Baki's foot, making him fall to the ground, using his invisible swords, mind you. Making Baki fall to the ground, and as he fell, kicked this boy in the face and shouted, "Go!" Made my day. Someone left a comment saying or noting the difference in time between Musashi's era and when soccer was being played. So he must have watched a game while he was in this era, and I would have loved to see him going through a slice of life moment through the Baki universe. So someone left a comment saying that. I completely agree with you. But let's go ahead and check out chapter 183 through 185. 183 entitled "The Match Continues." So after Musashi's kicked Baki in the face, sending him flying back, shocking the audience, Musashi says, Baki has stopped himself from falling backward by landing on his hands. He's doing a handstand, shocking the crowd. The crowd loves Bakido. Baki's their champion. So he lands back on his feet. Eyes glared over. The audience is shocked. I kicked you like that ball game. It's ridiculous. You choose to put all your stability in a single leg, right in the middle of a fight. It's funny, look at Musashi's face. It looks completely different from any other time. Baki licks his bleeding nose. Back then, you were talking about the silliness of using kicking techniques. I've learned my lesson the hard way too. As expected, boy. It is hard to kick from the navel up, but once the opponent falls down, it's all possible. That's awesome for him to say, because I guess it's using his techniques, him being a swordsman, he's not really one that's adept to kicking, so he wouldn't be flexible enough, I guess, to get his leg all the way up there. But he did what he had to do to kick Baki in the face. One more thing, by the way. I have learned once from the strong man when he pulled a cheap trick on me. As long as the kick hits that particular target, it is more effective than the sword. That strong man is Hanma Yujiro. I heard that you beat him in a fight fair and square. Well done, boy. That's not true. I've never said that. Oh? So not only you admitted defeat when you weren't beaten, but you did not admit victory when everyone is claiming it either. Look at his face. Were you just trying to show off or what? When you win, you win. It's simple. I'm getting distracted. Look at Tokugawa. Uh-oh, it's about to do something. My turn. So Musashi powers up, distorts the air around him. Matobe leans forward. I get it. Anytime you want. What is special about this fight? As Jaku Kureha, or I think you guys told me this is somebody from Garuden. I can't wait to start Garuden. Kaku is that it was passed through generations. It seems that this fight is a direct continuation of that previous fight of theirs. Oh wow, that would as an audience member, I can't agree, because I feel like seeing Yujiro on the screen just has a different impact than Baki. Like, you expect Yujiro to just tank everything Musashi throws at him, while you expect Baki to figure something out and counter it. Don't worry, kid. This time I can't possibly be in your way to save you. So Matobe says that because he jumped in the way of Yujiro, since they're speaking of a battle of generations. So it's as though Matobe feels as though Baki feels like Matobe would jump in front of him, considering, I don't know, this was really something for all of those thoughts to be linked like this. But again, I just can't see Baki taking Yujiro's place in this fight. I feel like Yujiro would just body Musashi. So Musashi's standing here, oozing smoke, gets his hands ready. Bend your knees. Drops down in the speed lines. We know he's about to take off running. Drop your body weight quickly. Rely all your power on your heels. So as he drops down, he explodes forward turn your direction to the opponent. That time frame seems to be 0.0 seconds. He's gone. So they did all that to tell us that those movements, those 3 movements from Musashi took no time, like literally no time. They happened in an instant. But even with all that, as quick as Musashi moved, Baki's already out of the way. Wow, so here we have Baki's already dashed in. He's hit Musashi 3 times. We see the cockroach up here, signifying the cockroach tackle. Baki has mastered it at this point. He's rushed in at Musashi through 3 strikes, one to the face, the abdomen, and the groin. All bad. He was just talking about taking that cheap shot from Yujiro. Now you got one from his son. Generational battle. So he sends Musashi flying. Wow, he actually cut his face. Look at Baki's eyes. He's still Ozaru style. Musashi falls back. His hands are stiff, as though he's unconscious. His legs are too. Oh my goodness, Baki knocked this man out again. Chapter 184, a special move. So here we have another image from a different angle of Baki rushing in and cracking Musashi 3 times. This punch to the groin, oh my goodness. Like Baki's punches, like we just saw him blow up that sandbag from the outside. And he just hit this man in the nuts with one of those jabs. Oh my goodness. So you see the steam still coming off of Musashi's body parts that Baki hit as Baki remains in this stance. What the hell just happened? He caught him with the jab? He took him down with a quick punch. So Musashi falls backward. Like I said, stiff because he's unconscious. No way, says Katsumi. He landed 3 punches. Even though it was 3 punches, we only heard the sound once. That was a quick silver punch. I wonder how many people inside this arena have realized that it was actually 3 punches and not just 1. So here we have some type of quick drawer, quick shooter, gunslinger. Pulls his gun. Wow, you can see he's moving extremely fast. His left arm is just a blur. Shoots 2 bullets, shoots both balloons, seemingly at the exact same time. Bob Munden, a legendary gunslinger from 1942 to 2012. He was a renowned gun engineer and a professional firearms mechanic. 2 balloons were placed about 7 feet in front of him. In 0.02 seconds, he was able to shoot and pop both balloons, but you could only hear the sound of a single gunshot. You can effectively compare the speed of a blinking eye with the speed of a Gatling gun. On the occasion of the quick shot, the gravity of the hands holding the gun was 10 Gs. And speaking of 10 Gs, it refers to the physical limit of an aircraft fighter pilot should be able to support such pressure of gravity. It's like the phenomenal grip strength that can tear a bunch of cards vertically with bare fingers. The jab that Baki launched earlier was 3 punches that hit top, middle, and bottom, face, chest, and crotch. The speed of these 3 punches made it look like just a single hit. Furthermore, the speed of the cockroach dash in the early stages did not crush Musashi's interval. And with enough power, Baki was able to control his wrist and connect deeply into Musashi's middle forehead. Wow, so this is either I want to say this is Hanayama's technique, but I feel like I've seen Jack do it, and I've also feel like I've seen Sikorsky do it. So who would he get this from? I feel like Baki always absorbs his friends' techniques and uses them in battle. So whose fist is this? Leave a comment below. 3 kinds of contemporary fighting skills were used simultaneously at the same time. Baki's fist is still steaming. This is an awesome image. I love this stance. He pulled it off. What a complex and advanced operation. It's true, but just now, did Baki just disappeared? So he's doing that technique he was practicing while walking up and down the street. Musashi turns over and tries to peel himself up with one hand, a technique that did not exist in the Sengoku period. Maybe this technique Where? Where did you go? Was too advanced for Musashi. Musashi peels himself off the ground, still holding his nuts. Boy, when I collapsed on the floor, you had plenty of time to take advantage and attack me when I was weak. Nah, cheap tricks aren't in my style. If I have to take him down, I will take him down when he's moving. Musashi doesn't like that insult. I gotta thank you. Your strongest first hit got me from above. If you had started hitting from below, I would have been done by now. Wow, yeah, I guess if he would have put that same effort into his nuts. Wait, but anyway, if he would have did that, he definitely would have did damage, considering he cut his skin, probably did a little damage to his skull. So Baki plants his foot, pivots, throws a left roundhouse. Musashi, while still holding his nuts, immediately counters, throws a kick to the inner back, well, the back of Baki's knee basically, or his calf maybe, throwing him off balance, making him miss that kick if Musashi didn't just dodge it on his own. So Baki lands back on his feet, shaking, looks a bit confused. Don't use that move again, boy. The fight has just begun and I already saw it coming. Still holding his nuts. And you suck on these, motherfucker. Chapter 185, Outset. So, wow, what a innocent looking image of Baki. He loves doing a bunch of detail in his eyes. Anyway, so we're back to seeing Musashi dodge Baki's kick. Yeah, so he dodged it before he even countered, which is incredible. He's still holding his nuts, ladies and gentlemen, on one foot, like he said Baki shouldn't do, but he's using that technique. Kicks Baki's leg, throwing Baki off balance. Before Baki even hit the ground, Musashi was out of the way. Yeah, I saw it coming. Good. We can keep fighting then. Ah, so you saying he's not down and out yet. I feel better now. That was a good move. Do you have more? That's the one. He used that one when we fought back then. Chiharu. His fight with Baki was good. I like Chiharu. His tenacity is something else. I'm gonna hurt you with my eyes, he said. Your two fingers are gonna be crushed. I will use nothing other than just my two open eyes. It takes balls of steel to go and crush someone's fingers with your own eyes. But still. Now, a minute ago, we had an image of Musashi dropping down to the ground before he tackled. And this is Baki doing the same thing. It's just showing us the extreme difference in the same technique. Musashi didn't study a cockroach to figure out how it was able to go from 0 to 100 miles per hour in an instant. But Baki did that. So they have the same method of tackling, but Baki's is just so much more refined. They both drop to the ground first, then explode forward. He crushed himself even more. He did something weird to himself. Ultimate exhaustion, if I remember correctly. Look at this image of everything just blowing past Chiharu. Blew out of his shoes and everything. But I wasn't going to gouge his eyes. I was going to make a fist and sink it in his face as soon as he moved. But he caught me first before I could even react. That was the end. He pulled it off from 16 to 20 feet distance. What was that? A moment? A movement? Before I knew it, my fingers were done for, as if his eyes were balls of steel. Was he that fast? Was he that strong? The speed of that counter move. It's insane. You really surprised me. There was no acceleration. You start an attack while standing still. When you start to step in, you definitely will need acceleration. But when you started to step in, there was practically no acceleration. The moment you departed, you were already at top speed. To that extent, it seems that you aren't lacking what's important. That contained speed did not come out by magic. Yes, as if pure water was thrown at me. Who's the one that taught him this? Baki says, it's as you said. Since you can detect my moment of departure, why don't you go ahead and turn the tables on me then? Don't overestimate it. Just before his moment happened, the presented idea that he sent me was wrong. Even though I tried to react to his first move as I sensed it, what I got from it was total failure. Tell me, Gaia. Yes? What is it that you guys have that I don't? Eh? I just realized what it is. It's the ability to detect the opponent's first move. Instructor Matobe, you too have an excellent "don't sugarcoat the truth, you fool." My specialty is to read the moves. Anybody can do a simple reading that comes naturally from experience. My skill will never be able to peek into the inner part of an opponent's brain. Then we have our fighters all must be thinking something similar. I guess that's why we got an image of them. From here on, whoever reads the other's brain first, from here on, your brain's actions will be read like an open book, says Musashi. And Oliver was the one thinking this. I like Oliver. But that is the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am sorry that it was so late. I am not feeling good. But if you guys have your community tab active, then you see when I post like texts or pictures to the YouTube channel, like they'll come in your feed, but they're not videos. If you want to see those things, I ask polls about, what do you guys want to see next. I just ask all types of questions. I engage more with you guys that way. So if you want to look up how to activate your community tab so that you can further interact with us, then by all means do so. Those of you who have it activated and saw this morning's post and I had a poll up there, I told you guys that I wasn't feeling good. One option was get better soon. The other option was Shinigami love apples. That was a pretty deep joke. Here in America, you're grown up being taught that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I call myself Grim Reaper, which is a Shinigami. And if you guys have seen Death Note, Shinigami love apples. So if I'm a Shinigami and I love apples, I eat them every day, I shouldn't be sick. So it was just a long, deep joke that I shouldn't have really had to explain, but I understand if everyone didn't get it. So if you stayed long enough to hear what I meant, there you go. But thanks for being here. Please subscribe. Check the links in the description for the next video, the playlist pertaining to Baki and Kengan Ashura. Hope to see you next video. The Grim Games is on hold because the capture card that I had doesn't support 4K, and I didn't know that. So I had 4K input going into it, and then it wasn't coming up on my computer, like it wasn't recording. And I don't know. I just now ordered another capture card. It should be here today, so hopefully I'll have that content up next week. I don't know. Like you guys got to work with me. Things happen, so I do apologize. But if you're trying to start anything, there's always going to be something in your way. There's always going to be a learning process. Always push forward, figure it out, just keep trying. It'll work out eventually. But thanks for being here, guys. Please hit the bell notification. Hope to see you next video. Otaku for life. Have a good one.
Oh, I'm tired of all this talk. I'm out.